Hello guys, welcome back to TFD with another video. And it's official, the Indiana Fever are heading to Atlanta to take on the Dream in round 1 of the playoffs. Man, this matchup is already making noise before the ball even tips. We gotta break this down. Let's go. So here's the deal, Indiana knows their opponent, and it's locked in for this Sunday. But the crazy part? The headlines aren't just about Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, or even the Fever's playoff debut. Nah, it's about the venue. The Atlanta Dream will only be able to host around 3,000 fans because of their arena setup, and the reason is wild. They can't move the game to a bigger spot because there's a Dua Lipa concert scheduled. Yeah, you heard me right. A pop concert is blocking playoff basketball from getting its shine. This feels insane when you think about how much attention Caitlin Clark and the Fever have brought to the WNBA this season. The league is missing out on thousands of ticket sales, energy, and exposure. But here we are, Fever vs Dream, round 1, in front of just 3,000 fans. Buckle up, it's about to be crazy. Man, listen, we really dodged a bullet here. Because if it would have been the Aces? Phew, that would have been a whole different story. But nah, that's not the case. It's official, the Fever locked in that 6th seed. And guess what? That means first round matchup is set, Indiana Fever versus the number 3 seed Atlanta Dream. Now I'm telling you right now, I actually like our chances. For real. A lot of people might be doubting, saying, nah, no way they get past Atlanta. But I'm on record saying this, the Fever got a real shot to knock them off and move on to round 2. This ain't just wishful thinking, this is me being straight up. Indiana has been building momentum, they got the weapons, and if they execute the right way, don't be surprised if they flip the script on Atlanta. I'm calling it now, upset alert, man. Let's dive into this article real quick because it breaks everything down perfectly, and y'all are gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. It says number 6 Indiana Fever to face number 3 Atlanta Dream in first round of 2025 WNBA playoffs. Alright y'all, let's talk about it because this is big. The number 6 seed Indiana Fever are officially set to face the number 3 seed Atlanta Dream in the first round of the WNBA playoffs. That's right, Fever vs Dream, first round action, best of 3 series, and it all tips off Sunday, September 14th in Atlanta, Georgia at Gateway Arena Center. And listen, this isn't just any matchup, this one's going to be in the national spotlight. Every single game of this series will be nationally televised. That is huge for the Fever, man. You can't even downplay it. Game 1 is going to air on ABC. That's prime time, baby. Game 2 will shift over to ESPN, and if the series needs a deciding Game 3, that one will be on ESPN too. So, basically, no matter what happens, all eyes are going to be on Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Coach Stephanie White, and the Fever squad. That's big-time exposure for a team that's been grinding all season. Now, speaking of the season, let's give some credit where credit is due. The Fever finished the regular season with a 24-20 record. That's not just solid, it's history-making. They set a new franchise benchmark with 24 total wins and also notched 10 road victories, which is the most in team history. For a squad that's been rebuilding, those are serious milestones. And get this. This is the first time the Fever have made the playoffs in back-to-back seasons since 2015 and 2016. And guess who was coaching the Fever back then? None other than Stephanie White. So it feels like a full-circle moment, right? Coach Steph is back, this time with a new-look roster, and she's once again leading Indiana to consecutive playoff appearances. That's something that can't be overlooked. Last year, Christie Sides helped get them into the mix, but this season, Stephanie White has been the steady hand steering the ship, and Caitlin Clark has been the undeniable engine driving the team forward. That combo is dangerous. Now, real quick, let's slide in some important news. There's been an update on Kelsey Mitchell. I wasn't planning on making a whole separate video about it, so I'll just include it here. Mitchell has been working through some nagging issues late in the season, but the word is she's pushing to be fully ready for this playoff run. And let me tell you, the Fever will need her. Clark is the floor general, no question, but Mitchell's scoring punch and leadership are critical to balancing out this roster. If she's at full strength, that gives Indiana a real shot at pulling the upset over Atlanta. Tickets? Oh yeah, Game 2 tickets in Indiana officially go on sale today at 2 p.m. So if you're in town, you already know what to do. Snatch them up quick because these are going to go fast. So let me know down in the comments, are you pulling up to the game? Do you think the Fever have what it takes to upset the Dream and punch their ticket to round 2? Kelsey Mitchell, man, she just keeps raising the bar higher and higher. And now, she's officially an AP All-WNBA first-team selection. Let me repeat that, Kelsey Mitchell made the Associated Press All-WNBA first team for the very first time in her career. That's huge. That's history right there for the Indiana Fever. Now, the full list of players hasn't even all dropped yet, but this much we know. Mitchell is right up there among the best of the best. She had a monster 2025 season, leading the entire league in three-pointers made, 111 from deep, just absolutely automatic. And she finished second overall in total points, stacking up 890 on the year. And check this, she averaged 20 a game, which put her at third in the league. Not only that, but she broke a record that's been standing in Indiana since 2003, when Tamika Catchings set the bar. 2 decades later, Mitchell shattered it. That's legendary. Durability? She's unmatched. Mitchell played in all 44 games, starting every single one, logging over 1,380 minutes on the court. And she's been Iron Woman consistent. No injuries this year, no injuries last year. Just showing up, night after night, and delivering. She also became the Fever's all-time leader in three-pointers made, 669 and counting, which puts her 8th in WNBA history. On top of that, she set the franchise record for most 30-plus point games across a career, even passing the great Tamika Catchings. That's not just big, that's Indiana Fever history being rewritten in front of us. And here's the kicker. Mitchell's leadership helped push the Fever into back-to-back playoff appearances, the first time that's happened since 2016. That right there is proof of her impact. Even coach Stephanie White had to jump in, dropping a video to celebrate Mitchell's achievement. And you already know, if Coach Steph is showing love, it's the real deal. So yeah, Kelsey Mitchell isn't just making noise, she's making history. And this first team selection? It's just the beginning.
We got a little bit of an announcement, which you've already peeped out. Congratulations to Kelsey Mitchell. First team AP All-WNBA.
I wouldn't be here without you guys.
We would be here without you.
I don't know. Y'all my family. I lost my dad 2 years ago, so this is a big deal for me. So, thank you.
We love you.
Alright, let's shift gears real quick and talk about this because Chloe Peterson put it perfectly on X. She pointed out something that's just wild. People are wondering why this Sunday's playoff game couldn't just get moved over to State Farm Arena. But here's the kicker, Dua Lipa's got a concert locked in that same night. So instead, the game's being held at the Gateway Center, which only seats about 3,500 fans. Now, tell me that's not crazy. A playoff game, America's team out there, and it's being played in what basically feels like a small gym. Mike came in hot, saying, "What kind of joke is this? A playoff game in a glorified rec center." And honestly, he's not wrong. Fans are not holding back either. One person said, "Wait, so I can hit up both the Fever game and a Dua Lipa show in Atlanta on the same night? Why in the world are they playing a playoff game in a 3,500-seat building?" Exactly. And then somebody else chimed in, "If you can't fill more than 3,500 seats during the regular season, maybe you shouldn't even be there. You should be moving to a city that can pack out a 10,000-seat arena." That's harsh, but you know what? They're not the only one thinking it. I mean, let's keep it real. If CC was on the floor, that crowd would absolutely smash those numbers. They'd probably even outdraw Dua Lipa that night. And that's saying something. You know, Caitlin Clark's momentum has kind of slowed down compared to last year, but hey, that doesn't take away from what's happening right now. Big congrats to Kelsey Mitchellman. Shout out to her and the Indiana Fever. I just wanted to get this video out for y'all real quick. Make sure you got those bells turned on because we'll keep the updates coming as the news drops. Honestly, it's been kind of quiet lately, not a whole lot of breaking stuff, but now it's playoff time, and that's when things really get serious. And let me be the one to say it, I think the Fever got a real shot at this. A big shot at knocking off the Atlanta Dream in the first round. Don't sleep on this team. They've been building toward this moment all year long, and now it's time to show everybody what they're about.
Very humbling. You guys kind of know who I am by now, but I know it's big for where I come from as far as my legacy and the name I represent. Mitchell means a lot to me. You guys know about my dad and losing him in 2024, so it hits home a little bit more different. It's less about the accolade and more about the pain and all that stuff that I kind of had to go through to get here. So it was a big moment for me and my family personally because of how much we've been through, how much I've been through. It's not to say that other people don't go through things, but it was big for our family.
Formative style compared to what they have been. What stands out to you about the challenges they'll present you guys in this series?
Well, first and foremost, their size. Their size at most all positions has been a challenge for us. So we're going to have to combat that with our discipline, number one, and with our reads on the offensive end of the floor. Secondly, just the way they space the floor. I mean, they do a really good job of still doing what his teams have always done in shooting the three, but also doing it in a different way and utilizing their post touches and their dominant interior players to score or to find open shooters.
You said discipline. What specifically does it take to combat size when you are the smaller team in the series?
Activity level, number one, deny on reversals. Can't allow easy passes around the perimeter. They've got to play like 5 feet beyond the three-point line. Number two, ball pressure. Can't make easy passes. And number three, our positioning. We can't be caught behind their bigs. We can't be deep, more than 1 to 2 steps off a ball line and allow those easy passes out. And we've got to understand that we've got to limit the number of rhythm threes that they get and run them off the three-point line.
You're a pretty different team, obviously, since you guys last played, I think, early July. Just can you use that to an advantage that they have to do some more scouting versus they played this team before?
I think so. I think we've got different personnel, so they can play us a little bit differently. We've scaled back, so we're running a lot of the similar things that we were running early when we played them, because it was stuff we had just started teaching. But at the same time, different players, different attack style. Certainly when you think about, O and Che and AP. So I think for us, it's got to start with the defensive end of the floor, and then we've got to be smart and make the right reads and let the ball find the right shot on offense.
You won 5 of your last 7 games. What have you seen from your teams these last few games of that momentum that can bring you into the series against Atlanta?
I think more than anything, just some continuity. We've brought in a lot of new pieces over the last month and a half, and I think AP was the last one, and I'm not sure how long she's been here, maybe 2 weeks. So finding more continuity, doing a better job of understanding strengths and weaknesses of each other, and putting each other in positions to be successful.
You notice like a heightened attention and urgency that you're wanting here going into the postseason?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the playoffs requires a different level of urgency in everything that we do. I mean, everything matters. How you approach things, and we talked about it today. I mean, it's going to take another level of discipline. It's going to take another level of focus. Starting with our prep, rotations get shorter. Your time sometimes gets shorter. Everything is heightened, and we have to be willing to rise to that occasion and meet the moment.
You touched on it. How prepared do you need to be for this? Obviously, it's a 1-1-1 series, best of 3. How prepared do you guys need to be to advance to the next round?
We've got to be extremely prepared.
What is step one when you know the opponent? Is it here's film of the dream, here's the stuff we expect to be a challenge? How do you start today?
Well, I mean, they're playing a little bit differently than they did. We played them so long ago. I mean, I felt like we played them 4 times in the first 3 weeks of the season. Their substitution pattern's different. Their starting group is different. So I think there's familiarity with personnel, and at the end of the day, oftentimes once you defend a play, it comes down to players making plays. So we have to have a high attention to detail to personnel, and we have different pieces on the floor as well. We're smaller than we were the last few times we played them, so we've got to be more disruptive. We've got to take them out of their comfort zone, and rebounding is going to be critical for us.
At the end of the day, Stephanie White and Kelsey Mitchell know exactly what's at stake. The Fever may be the underdogs, but they've built momentum, found continuity, and are heading into this series with confidence. Atlanta's size and spacing will present real challenges, but Indiana's discipline, activity, and urgency could make all the difference. The playoffs are about execution, toughness, and rising to the moment, and the Fever believe they're ready to do just that.